Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Fuller. I'm going to be your ring announcer and ringside commentator for this evening. Joined as always by my good friend. You've heard him on 106.7 The Fan and seen him on ABC 7 Sports. His name is Kevin Schaefer. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you have friends or family that could not be with us this evening, let them know they can join us live, broadcasting all over the world on GoSports.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is fight time! Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Brandon Doyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Doyle is 5'9" at 160 pounds. This is going to be a catch weight tonight. This is the co-main event. We're going to kick it off. It's scheduled for three-minute rounds. So if you're at home, you never know about these things, but Brandon Doyle, coming out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, stays here now with a record of 2-1. He's ranked 39th in active amateurs in the lightweight division here in Virginia with an overall record of 4-5. This will be his third fight. He's 2-0 here at CageZilla. As Brandon makes his way out with his crew. His whole team is with him. Now the way it works here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the fighters make their way up to the cage. They got to get checked out by the referees and the officials down on the ground before they come up to the cage and get checked out by Michael Dolman. Brandon has been a huge wrestler his whole life coming out of high school and college. So definitely Brandon's technique is going to be to get this fight to the ground to have any chance against Samuel De Jesus. Checks out as he makes his way up to see Michael Dolman. Let's throw it back up to Chris.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Samuel De Jesus.
Samuel De Jesus. Coming out of Capital MMA with a record of 2-2. 5'7". Also 100. He's weighed in at 155. This is underneath that 160. He's 28 years old. Samuel is, as he makes his way up to the officials here from Capital and Elite Fitness out in Alexandria. 2-2. Ranked 53rd here as an active amateur in the lightweight division in Virginia with an overall record of 3-7. This is also his third fight for CageZilla. Now Samuel, the last two times he's been here, he's currently riding a 2-fight winning streak, both in the first round, and knocked both of his opponents out. So this is going to be a great fight between Brandon Doyle and Samuel De Jesus. Samuel never been knocked out. Everything's been by decision. So expect this round. I would expect this to go 3 rounds. Both these guys really competitive. We last saw Samuel, he was in CageZilla 51. He knocked his opponent out in 9 seconds the last time he fought him. 9 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. The bell went off, and bang, Samuel is the winner. We'll see how this goes tonight. Samuel makes his way up to the officials. De Jesus makes his way into the cage with a nice somersault, as we've seen him do before. Both fighters cross in front of each other. Nobody looked at each other. No handshakes at all. Not sure there's any love lost between these two fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla lightweight division. Starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'7" and weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Kaizen MMA with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat, it's Brandon Doyle!
fighting out of Kaizen MMA. He's 5'9", 160, 2-0 in CageZilla.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'7" and weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Capital MMA with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses, it's Samuel De Jesus!
Samuel De Jesus, 5'7", 160 out of Capital MMA and
Once
Elite
again,
Fitness.
ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla lightweight division. Your referee is Michael Dolman.
Michael Dolman's the referee for tonight's event. For all 6 fights, they're scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds as Michael calls them right out to the middle of the logo. They touch gloves and make their way back to their corners. De Jesus will be in the blue glove, black gloves with the blue tape. Doyle in the black gloves with the red tape. Doyle quickly to the legs. Oh, he picks De Jesus up. Both fighters right on the logo. As Chris makes his way back down to the chairs. Chris, you got to tell me what's happening here because I see him quick. A wrestling background for Brandon Doyle, and it definitely goes for the legs quickly.
Well, Kevin, I was going to say, this is the best shape we've seen Brandon Doyle in. He looks absolutely ripped out there. So he got that double leg pretty easily, and now De Jesus is fighting off his back.
Yeah, De Jesus now De Jesus is going to have to figure out how to get his body around and roll out of this. But if Doyle is smart, he gets that leg over the top and tries to keep him where he's at and get the elbows to the face.
So De Jesus is doing a good job of keeping Doyle in a half guard. So he's having a tough time swinging that leg over right now. You can see him there trying to work it free, but De Jesus has that leg wrapped up pretty tight. But he's still absorbing a lot of punishment from the top from Doyle.
Doyle with a huge wrestling background, and this is exactly where he wants to put De Jesus. Remember, De Jesus didn't get really challenged in his last event here in November with a 9-second knockout.
Right.
Both fighters still right there in the same position. Couple of elbows to the ribs from Doyle to De Jesus. That left side, and you act like those little elbows don't hurt, but you start crushing some ribs with those elbows. And like you said, Doyle's a big guy.
Absolutely.
He came in here ready and fit for this fight compared to the way we've seen him before in the past.
And so now De Jesus does a good job of getting Doyle back to a full guard.
And De Jesus burying that chin, wants to pull that face down closer to his chest. Oh, this is bad news. Now he's going to have to fight off his back.
He lets him up. This is what I wanted to see. I want to see what these guys have on their feet. We know what Brandon Doyle can do on the ground. I want to see what he can do on his feet.
De Jesus looking for the big punches. There's both fighters throwing blows.
Big right hand from Doyle on the exit, though, Kevin.
De Jesus wants to be on his feet. Doyle just needs to not commit to the legs that quick.
This capacity crowd here at the Silver Eagle Group already loud for this first fight, Kevin.
Right off the bat. Brandon Doyle had the black gloves with the red tape. He has the white trunks. Big overhand right from De Jesus, who has the black gloves with the blue tape. Fighting with red and white trunks. Oh, good right from De Jesus.
Really nice looping right hand.
He really caught him in the left side of the face.
You got to do something to neutralize that wrestling, though, Kevin. We always say it's hard to win a fight on your back, you know, or even a round for that matter.
10 seconds left in round one as Brandon Doyle looks like he's been in control of this. But that one overhand right that De Jesus landed has been the only thing that I've seen from De Jesus. That's the end of round number one. With a different sound. I may need to get my ears checked.
I was going to say Brandon Doyle must be an important guy. I've never seen a fighter walk out to the national anthem before.
As we come up here on round number two. Now, if you're sitting over here in De Jesus' corner, Chris, you got to tell him, watch the dives. He's coming, he's trying to lunge in there and back up, look for that, maybe a little flying knee, maybe try to look for that knee to the chops of Doyle because he's committing too early.
Or at least sprawl. Let's see if De Jesus has a sprawl. We haven't seen it yet. Anytime a guy can dive in and get a double leg like that, you know that his opponent's wrestling skills are not really up to par, so I'm sure that De Jesus' corner is over there coaching him up right now on that.
I mean, Capital MMA and Elite Fitness out in Alexandria, you don't get much better than those guys.
One of the best schools, if not the best school in the area.
Yeah, and De Jesus really getting coached up from his corner guys. All right, we get the seconds out, and the start of round number two is coming up. Michael Dolman makes sure everything's taken care of. Now, a little water spilled over in the blue corner, or excuse me, in the red corner. Didn't get wiped up, so let's see what happens as both fighters come right out here. No touching of the gloves again, Chris. Both fighters not really happy with each other.
And as you were saying earlier, you can see on De Jesus' side the impact from those elbows and kicks from Doyle.
Right to the ribs.
Yep.
And the overhand right to the side of Doyle's face doesn't look to have done any damage.
No, he's bouncing around just fine.
Yeah, Doyle working the midsection of De Jesus. Doyle in the black and white trunks with the black gloves and the red tape.
Beautiful combo there by Doyle, Kevin. Inside leg kick followed by a 1-2 combo up top.
De Jesus, black gloves, blue tape, red and white trunks. Capital MMA versus Kaizen.
Good body kick by De Jesus.
Both fighters a little slower in this round, trying to weigh each other out here. It's not, and we tell everybody all the time, oh!
Big spinning kick. Looked like it glanced off his shoulder from here, Kevin. I don't know. Did you see?
Michael Dolman just walked right in front of me as it happened.
Yeah.
Oh! Good left.
Big inside left hand.
De Jesus pressing, and then Doyle saw his spot diving in.
So you've seen from Doyle, whenever he eats a big shot, this is what he looks to do, go home.
Yeah.
You know? This is what's safe for him.
Wrestling. Let's see if he can sink that in. Doyle trying for that rear naked, getting that arm underneath.
He has no control of the body, though, Kevin.
Nothing. Nah, that body being back up against the fence, it's not going to happen. Going to have to spin him. De Jesus is going to spin out of this.
Got an underhook. Oh,
yeah.
And he gets right out. Good job. Great job by De Jesus, mitigating damage there.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, De Jesus' right hand is lethal, and he gets caught again. Doyle may not.
Oh! Huge shin to the face of Brandon Doyle. He's
Doyle.
hurt. Kevin, he is hurt.
Yeah, Brandon Doyle right now is just trying to save himself.
De Jesus needs to pound.
He's bleeding pretty bad.
Kevin, that was brutal.
I can't tell where the blood is coming from, but the blood is dripping out of Doyle's face.
That might have been a broken nose, Kevin. That was an absolutely brutal shin to the face.
And we had just talked about that on that dive in. If De Jesus catches him right, you'll catch that face in a bad spot of Doyle.
You called it. So if I'm De Jesus, I'm hammer fisting the side of that face right now.
Yeah, right now. I'm putting damage. I don't see any blood, but it.
No,
maybe from the team.
Oh, another big right.
Again.
And now he takes his back. The crowd is on their feet. 10 seconds. Can he finish?
De Jesus can finish it up.
5 seconds.
Oh.
What a round. Whew. Wow.
Let's see the damage here.
He looks fine.
It might be to the teeth, and that might have been sweat that I could see. I just couldn't tell from the cage.
You know what, Kevin? You're right. He's got a red mouthpiece. I thought it was blood also.
Oh, my gosh. And the sweat in the middle of the cage, and Doyle getting down on all fours and just trying to recover from that shot. But I can tell you, 10 more seconds in that round, De Jesus is finished.
I don't know if you guys sitting at home watching on Go Sports can feel the energy.
That shot that De Jesus gave to Doyle, it sounded like the clack of the two pieces of wood that they used. It really did. I thought the round was already up. I couldn't see it from the monitor, and I just thought the round was over. That sound sounded like his nose.
So, Kevin, a lot of times you catch him with the knee or you catch him with the foot, but the sweet spot is the shin. That's what you want to make contact with, and he landed it flush.
Yeah. And I tell you, Doyle better be careful again because they're probably telling him the same thing. If he's coming for your legs, let him have it. All right, the seconds are out. Here we go with round number 3. As I'm looking at this right now, I go round 1 to Doyle, round 2 to De Jesus as they make their way back out to the middle of the cage.
Good inside leg kick to start things off. So what I've noticed from De Jesus is he sticks that lead leg out really far, and that's why Brandon Doyle has found success with the takedown. He goes high with this one, though, Kevin.
Doyle with a quick right. He should have kept those combinations going instead of grabbing him. He had open cheeks.
So he went underhooks instead of for the double leg that time, and that's why they're still on their feet.
The third and final round. DeJesus in the red trunks with the white. Doyle, white trunks with the black. Now remember, you cannot grab the cage with your hand. You can with your feet if you end up on your back. Michael Dolman making sure that those hands stay clear of the cage. Oh, good right. Oh, he got him again. Oh, another good right from DeJesus.
And we saw it again. As soon as Doyle felt that pressure, he shot for the takedown.
DeJesus' hands really looking for that one shot.
So there's the sprawl that we've been looking for from DeJesus all night. That's what he needs to do.
Trying to get underneath those armpits. Now they're just resting.
So, Kevin, you said you thought Doyle won the first round. You could make an argument for damage inflicted, shots landed. And DeJesus could have had that first round.
Just one shot in the first round, I thought, the overhand right. I thought it was controlled by Doyle most of the fight.
Good takedown right there. Very important takedown right there for Brandon Doyle.
But the bigger shots in the fight and the more impressive shots that have been impressive to the crowd have come from DeJesus. But you never know. We leave it up to these judges, and you and I have been wrong about a million times.
Absolutely right. I do know that DeJesus needs to get off of his back right now.
Right.
1 minute left in this fight. He needs to get off of his back.
And if he leaves it up to the card, you never know. And DeJesus needs to get up and maybe throw some more blows. I don't think he can get up. Doyle's just kind of biding his time here. Yeah. He's gone into the prevent defense, and I don't think he should do that. Michael Dolman
standing him up.
Good.
So, Kevin, you've got a collegiate wrestler laying on top of you, and he's built like a fire hydrant.
Yeah. Right back to it. Lefts and rights miss from DeJesus.
So
back to the waist.
So DeJesus needs to get underhooks, which he does. Needs to separate and start raining down some punches.
20 seconds left. DeJesus.
He's got to separate here, Kevin.
Yeah, DeJesus, his corner should be screaming at him. Throw some rights and lefts here. Give me some combinations.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh!
Hammer fist. That's beautiful. There we go. There's the hammer fist. Great opening fight.
Way to go. That's the way you start off a fight. All right, Chris, we'll see you when you get back.
All right.
What a great job by Brandon Doyle and Samuel DeJesus, and I would hate to be the judges if this came down to me. This is going to be tough because I'm looking at Brandon Doyle round 1. I would say DeJesus 2 and 3. Just solely from landed punches and exciting and constantly pushing on Doyle, constantly putting the pressure on him. Capital MMA and Kaizen putting on a great opening fight. This was the co-main event tonight, and you can see why. Now remember, DeJesus, this is probably something new to him after only finishing his last fight in 9 seconds. So he's definitely exhausted right now. Going to take a little while to get these cards from the judges. Got to thank the folks from CJ Finn's tonight for taking care of the VIP lounge and taking care of the arena. Those folks in CJ Finn's down there in Manassas, Virginia on West Street, if you get a chance, some of the best seafood you guys can get and you're not even close to the water. So CJ Finn's does a great job. Chris Sellers and his brother John, they do such a great and amazing job down in Old Town Manassas. Chris makes his way over to the judges here. We'll get these cards as they're trying to total them up. And I can tell you, those overhand rights in that first round from DeJesus, and then right there at the end of round 3 with a couple of combinations, rights and lefts from DeJesus, may have made the difference. Now, Doyle trying to control the fight with wrestling, and every time he got in trouble, went right back to the college wrestling to try to get out of trouble. He got caught with the shin in round 2, caught with overhand right in round 1, and then the combinations at the end there. Chris has the cards, and Michael Dolman calls him back. Let's throw it up to Chris Fuller. We'll get the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to our judges' scorecard for a decision, let's hear a big round of applause for both these fighters, putting on a great show to open the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. Judge 1 scores the bout 29-28, De Jesus. Judge 2 scores the bout 29-28, Doyle. And Judge 3 scores the bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Out of the blue corner, Samuel De Jesus.
Well, there you have it. Samuel De Jesus comes away with a split decision here in our first fight at CageZilla 54. What a great way to open things up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're at home. Still more to come from CageZilla here in Ashburn, Virginia at the Silver Eagle Group. We'll be right back right after this.
So ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the winner, Samuel De Jesus. Let's hear it one more time for Samuel. So Samuel, we're down there talking at the table. That was one hell of a shin to the face we just saw. What did you see when Doyle was coming in to know that you could land that shot?
Man, he was leaving himself open on the takedown, so I just capitalized on it as best as my ability.
So I know that your corner over there, we know the guys from Capitol, we know that they know what they're talking about. We know that they had to be talking to you about Doyle's wrestling. What were they telling you after that first round after he landed a couple takedowns?
They were just telling me watch out for the one. After the 2, he's trying to set up a double leg takedown. That's all he had, so all I had to do was defend it.
Well, awesome job. When are we going to see you next?
As soon as possible. Whatever CageZilla's again, I'm here.
All right, guys, you heard him. Let's hear it one more time. Samuel De Jesus, great job.